don't know where to put this, you know.
Just pretend.
Which way am I going? Oh.
Yeah, so if you want to introduce yourself.
My name's Glen Hawkins, 22. I'm from Hedon Road, born in the maternity hospital, and I've lived in East Yorkshire all my life. A lot of mates from Holland, going on there a lot, blah blah blah. Yeah, just living in the countryside all my life, bit of farmer boy.
Yeah. So tell me the most interesting fact about you.
Oh, I guess it's the amount of scars I've got, probably. I wouldn't say battle scars, but went to the hospital for about half my life. Leg operation, I've got 2 on the side of my legs. Eye operation, scar behind my eye. There's a scar on the side of my head. That happened in primary school. Fell off a parkour train, and then I slipped and started bleeding, and then dinner lady picked me up and carried me and took me in, and now I've got a scar on my arm. That's from falling into a fire, and that was at 2 in the morning, pissed, and then hospital the next day for that. So yeah, probably my scars, I guess, memories of all that.
So do you have any regrets that you can think of?
Yeah, I'd say not pushing myself to work with other artists or art organisations. Been a bit of a hermit, I'd say. Staying inside and drawing and just not even trying to actually talk to anyone and push myself forwards. Just felt comfortable sitting on my own, I guess. And I should have, in earlier stages, at least around college, I should have done a lot more, just to get connections. But now after uni and that, doing that now.
So what are your goals and aspirations?
Well, never really had a proper job. I've worked in uni a few times and I've done some landscape gardening. So I'd say, but now after finishing uni, throughout the 3rd year, the last year, the goal was then to start a clothing brand. So throughout that, I picked briefs that worked alongside that. So there was a brief about typography, which has helped me create my logo, different breed, and then after finishing that, well, to the end of that, I made hoodies, and then that's where it started. So now so the idea is to expand, get a studio, and then make clothing for people with mental illnesses, mainly men, because suicide rates are quite high for them, and a lot of men hide their emotions and, to seem like macho or strong. So the idea is you wear the hoodie, which has the emotion or the character, so like depression, anger, jealousy, and then love, so like green, pink, blue and red, and you'll wear that, and then people are like, oh, okay, so he's wearing that because he feels like that. So yeah, the idea is just to expand and sort of help people with tackling mental illnesses. Yeah.
So what made you want to do a clothing line, like different breed, like the mental health side and things?
Well, I struggle with it myself. I've tackled depression for many years, and then it came from with my dad, really. I felt because I do art and my dad does rallying and mechanical stuff, I just felt like he didn't really get art, or like get me, I guess. So I always felt a bit different than my family. My family, I've always felt like a bit of an outsider. So I just created this just for people that can't or don't know how to express themselves. So then now they just wear these hoodies or soon shirts, just so they can just be themselves, or not be afraid to be themselves. So
yeah, of course, definitely.
So that's the idea behind it. Just fear from not being what my dad wants me to be, but now it's like I'll just be who I want to be. So that's the idea behind it. Just be yourself and just do what you want to do.
So have you taken inspiration from anyone else, like other artists?
It was throughout uni really. My friend Sam Hughes, who started a clothing brand. It's called Stay Away, which is that one at the top. He started a clothing brand, and then I never really knew what I wanted to do, because I always found my art a bit, it was quite like graffiti or cartoony, and then I just couldn't really find anything that would work with it, I guess. So then I saw like Sam was growing, and then I did some modelling for him, and I just liked the look of it, how he was putting his art on stuff, and the idea of seeing people wear your clothing just seems like a nice thing, a nice way to put your work across. So it's pretty much Sam, and then a couple of artists like Tom Newell, Tom Day Newell, and then one of my illustration tutors, Susie Kemp. She always pushed me to just do what I wanted to do, and then not listen to some people's feedback, certain tutors possibly, and then I just carried on doing what I wanted to do. But yeah, mainly Sam, pretty much.
Yeah.
We're like both in the same year, so we'll just do the same thing. Yeah.
So where do you want Different Breed to be this time next year?
Well, hopefully to expand it. Right now, I mean, sales are good and stuff. But yeah, just to expand it, I guess. A bit bored of working in my bedroom. Doesn't feel like I don't want an office job, but it don't feel like an office. You know, it just feels like it's my bedroom, and I need a space where I'm just working in this zone where I'm not distracted by technology or whatever, and it's just everything's just art around me. So a studio, at least in about 8 months possibly. See how this goes, and then we'll expand with like shelves, a printmaking unit, laser printer, just like, and then like a storing cupboard filled with like spray paints, all that sort of stuff, oil paints, and then a few like neon signs, a rug, custom rug I'm planning on getting, stuff like that. Just a nice studio where it's just my own space, yeah.
And will that be based in Hull, or will it be local to you here?
Yeah, I reckon, yeah, Hull, for sure. After seeing the City of Culture in 2017, I did a bit for Humber Art Gallery back then in college. But before that it was a bit grungy, I thought, but after City of Culture and that, it's gotten a lot nicer, and it's definitely there's more of an appreciation for art. There's like all the moths around town and stuff. I did a bit for that. I did a design for that, you know, because there's all different designs, isn't there? Obviously mine didn't win, but a lot of it's nice that they're like letting an art community actually like they're just showing their work, and it's not just like so industrial. It's like it's just got colour now, and even with that bridge that goes across on the motorway, even that's a nice touch. Just looks good now. So definitely a Hull. Yeah.
Yeah. So how many sales are you currently, and what's kind of like your goal, like of sales, like monthly or weekly? You know,
I mean, 2 to 4 a week is pretty good. That's usually what I like. Right now though, I haven't really been buying that many. Usually about 20. is what I get delivered, and then I've got to pack them up and stuff, and then get their addresses and send them off. Usually about 2 to 4 a week is like a good thing, and then just while they're being bought, you just work on to the next design. But yeah.
Yeah. So do you have? If you show these.
Yeah.
And just explain them a little bit.
Well, this was the first one. This is the one from uni. And it's got the logo on the front. And then it's got the character on the side, and that's the ice cream. That's the first one because it's the most understandable. It's blue obviously because of depression, and then it's the two faces. Obviously to show like your mind in like 2 different areas. So sometimes you're sad and sometimes you're just low, aren't you? So that's the idea behind that. And then it's on the back just to express it a bit more. And then after like looking at it a bit more, I didn't really like it that much, just because my actual logo has a black outline, so it wasn't that bold to me. So I tried grey next.
Okay.
I'll just fuck it off. And then this is the grey one. This is the latest one, which is anger. And it's just got a logo on there. The printing's decent.
Colours.
Yeah, it's nice, and it represents each emotion, you see.
Okay.
So that's why it's like red, and then there's blue, and then there's pink, and then there's green. So that's for each character. So there's like a link there. And then there's the angry chili on the back. So like flames in its
That
eyes.
looks really effective on the grey.
Yeah, it's not bad to be fair. And then I gave it like a pointy end, just because like when you're angry you're quite sharp and just you don't want to be touched, do you? So that's the idea behind that one. And then a little flame on the top, as if like you're gonna blow your fuse, sort of thing. But yeah. And then next is gonna be shirts in the near future.
Like t-shirts.
Yeah, t-shirts. I mean, it's the summer now, innit? So embroidery. I might just do it on the centre, not on the side. And I'm making like little pet versions of the characters, like smaller ones.
Oh right, like little.
Yeah, they'll go on the end. It's like little ice cream and like just like little tiny sort of familiars, I guess is what you'd call them.
And would you want to expand it even more? So like bags and socks, all that kind of.
Yeah, well, I want to fit with the seasons.
Yeah.
So socks, especially, and hats. I think my logo would go well on a hat for sure, and bags would be nice. Just depends on cost of production, really. Because bags are quite intricate. Hoodies are thick, so they cost a fair bit. T-shirts are quite easy to print.
Yeah.
So that's a win-win, because they're quite clean and it's summer and everyone wears a t-shirt. It's too warm for the hoodies, so yeah, just t-shirts next, and definitely expanding. Shoes would be a good one. I'm well into shoes.
And so what are you currently selling them on? Is it just through Instagram at the minute, and then are you wanting to broad out to a website, or? Yeah,
Instagram at the moment. I've had a look into like Facebook and stuff, and you can buy adverts and print through that, sell through that. At some point I'd like to make a website just to give it a bit more character and like a bit more professionalism. Have like a spinning logo sort of thing, and just nice and colourful. Yeah, website soon for sure. Just got to see where this goes really. Maybe like in a couple of months, or when I've got my studio probably. Yeah.
So what have you been designing things here?
Yeah,
well, explain, like, what you've...
these are the characters that are like the baby ones. So there's like little ice creams. I gave some like, they're like eyebrows, but it's still like the ice cream. And then there's the jelly there.
Is that for?
That's for jealousy. Jealous jelly. Yeah.
That's a good idea.
There's a few more there. They're quite like afros, they sort of look like. And then some I gave like cones and wafers and so on. And that's the one that I decided to use.
And then I'm just kind of like sketching ideas.
Just sketching them out. Working out with the eyes and stuff. Don't really have much else in this one.
So, where did the name come from then?
Different breed. Well, like I said before, it was just with my just feeling different compared to my dad, because my dad pushed rallying and cars and stuff onto me, and I just didn't enjoy it. And then my mum would try and get me to do something I wouldn't enjoy it, so I just always felt different. And then I just want to shine on the fact that you can be someone else. Well, you don't have to be whatever your parents say. You can just do what you want. That's the whole idea behind it. Yeah.
That's a good point.
Just be whoever, and don't let your parents try and decide. Because with the way like time's going, everything's changing now. There's like new rules and all that stuff, and new stuff coming through in there. So
yeah,
times are just completely different than
just
what it were 40 years ago. Yeah, just do whatever you want to do. That's the idea. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll go on to, if you want to explain like the pieces you've got on your walls.
Yeah.
So you said that was the artist Tom, that one.
Yeah, that's Tom. Yeah, obviously Superman. I just had that as a kid. And then some anatomy and stuff. Some rubbish at drawing people usually. Usually all just from my brain or just seeing random stuff. Like the food monster that was part of uni. That face one there is a guy called Adam Cadwell, and he does like storyboarding stuff. On his like Instagram and stuff, he has like a whole shop as well. I think he's like a big animator sort of guy. And there's like a few more sketches, and then the Red Choose barbecue at the top middle. That's a receipt from mine and my dad's meal when he first came to Sheffield.
Oh, nice.
So we had a barbecue at this place, and then I just kept the receipt for that. The stay away thing, like I said, that's from my mate Sam. And then the Monopoly scratch card, that's from my brother. When we went to Co-op, and then he got it, and I think he paid like a £5 and he got 40 quid back. And then I just kept it because that's like the only thing that I have of him. So, and I hadn't seen him in years. And he's
before I moved to
Australia, yeah. But he's coming back on the 8th of August, so
be good to see him.
Yeah, so that'd be nice.
And what's the pink and green?
That was just some printmaking testing that we did in university, just to get an idea of how it is. It's quite a cool piece. It's all just mix and match, isn't it?
Yeah, I like the colours.
Yeah. It's quite, I won't say synth wavy, but you know, it's quite vibrant, isn't it? And it's just fresh. That's like the whole idea of my whole thing. I like quite bright colours a lot. I don't like working in.
No, bright colours are always good.
Yeah, you always got to do bright colours.
Do you have any other sketches on your iPad of anything?
Yeah,
any designs?
There's my the baby character that I showed you of the ice cream. That's him. So that's like the baby character of the ice cream.
So that'll be on the sleeve, is that what you...
Yeah, for the t-shirts, yeah. So that's why I made it like quite circular, so it sort of looks like it fits nicely. But yeah, I rate it. Like with the lighting I've done on it and stuff, it looks quite nice. So it's just going to be like that, like tinier versions, more clean, and not like too much going on. But enough that it's like a bit of punch. And then there's the jelly one. That's the jelly, yeah. And then it's quite hard to draw jealousy as a face because it's quite there's a lot behind it, isn't there? Because it's like you either hate someone being successful, or it's like, oh, they've got the last piece of cake. It's quite a hard one to
there's loads of different versions in the jealousy, like petty stuff.
Yeah, it's quite hard to draw petty.
Yeah.
And then there's the chili. This is all my uni stuff, really. There's my skateboard designs as well.
Oh, nice.
That's me as a cane toad. They're an endangered species, but they're considered annoying because they make like a screech. So one of my tutors said I should be that because it's irritating. So that's what I did. And then just shoved pencils in its nose and paint splatters behind it. stacks of paper, and then it's just eating flies, because I tend to eat a lot of food. So that's the idea behind that one. And then there's that one, which is my brother. There's a koala. The whole idea behind it was that them two boards came as a piece. The idea behind that one is a koala, and obviously they like climbing on trees, but I changed it to a hammer because my brother was doing joinery in Australia. And then I did the pufferfishes because he told me he found one on the beach and it was dead. So I did one with like crosses over its eyes and then put it on the top just as like a bit of like symmetry sort of thing. Since it's a board, it would look a lot nicer on a board. That's like another thing I want to do. Deck design.
Skateboards?
Yeah.
So would you put different breed into skateboards? Or would you keep them separate?
I think I'll just do like the art on the boards. I won't put the logo on it. Just the art, yeah. Maybe like the characters I put on. Like my ice cream and chili and sort of thing. Once the brand gets a bit more well known, and you don't have to recognise it through the logo.
You want people to recognise it just through the art.
Yeah. That's like the end goal, I guess. Yeah,
of course. Because you look at things, don't you? Think, oh, that's
so and so, like Banksy and that
that's
sort
what
of
you
thing.
want.
Yeah,
that's really good to like.
There's like an end goal, yeah. Rather than seeing the name.
That's great.
Yeah.
Well, you can do a bit of promo if you want. So, where can people, where can I buy a hoodie?
Just on my Instagram, and official_different breed, yeah. And then there's my art account, which is bamjin_boomer. Don't ask me why. It's just that's what I picked. But yeah.
So at the minute Instagram.
Just at the minute
Give you a
Instagram,
message.
but throughout the months I will expand, just depending on how well this does. Yeah.
Very good. Is there anything else you want to add about it?
No, I think that's it. To be fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fine then.
Yeah, finish it.
Are you still filming? Wait, right, get that fan back on.